Surprise inspections. They're definitely random, but there's another characteristic about them. They're pretty much guaranteed. If you want to know how to handle that type of situation, stay tuned to this video. I'm going to break it down to you. Check it out. So imagine having an older Caucasian male knock on your ambulance window and ask you for your credentials, your driver's license, and your New York State Department of Health paramedic certification, making sure that it's not expired, with a badge on. It's kind of funny. They kind of look like cops a lot of times, but in reality, they're not police officers. What they are usually veterans of EMS. They know their way in and off the ambulance. They know the ambulance like the back of their hands. Most of these women, most of these men that work as Department of Health inspectors, that work as captains for the fire department, who are supervisors, who are managers in EMS, whether you're in New York or not, have experience. They know their way around an ambulance. And what they're doing is, when they're asking you for your credentials, when they're doing a surprise inspection, they want to make sure that you have what you need, the bare minimums, to be able to treat a patient at a drop of a dime, to be able to treat a patient no matter what type of emergency they're having that's within your scope of practice. So, for example, not too long ago, I had a gentleman show up to us with the badge on, with a white shirt, looking like a detective. But in reality, it was a surprise inspection. And I had a subscriber ask me to make a video on how to handle this situation, how to handle surprise inspections, no matter who it's coming from, whether it's the Department of Health, the capital of your state, the fire department, or the chief and the battalion captain, or whatever. This is the way you need to handle it. First and foremost, understand that their inspection is to make sure that you have what you need to be able to help the next person or the next emergency. Because believe it or not, there's a lot of people who go on the ambulance, go in service without checking their vehicle. As a matter of fact, I've done it myself. So check out this video on how to do an ambulance checklist, step by step. It's going to show you how to check the video, how to check the ambulance. But if you use this video at the beginning of every single tour and apply it, you'll be better equipped for a surprise inspection. Now, back to the inspection. Don't be intimidated. Think about it. If you have your credentials, they're not expired. If you have copies of them on your person, if you use the EDC list that I have up here as well, or in the link down below, there's an EDC list that I've created, an everyday carry list that you can use on your person, because there's things that are going to be on the ambulance that you need so you could pass this inspection. And there's also things that you need on your person to pass the inspection, including but not limited to a watch with a second hand. That way you could tell a pulse respiratory rate manually. Now, I say that to say this, my people. If you dot your I's and cross your T's, if you're efficient at what you do, then you should be welcoming inspections with open arms. Your level of self-development will determine your perception of a challenge. So if you're a well-rounded EMT who checks his stuff and comes in well prepared, you don't mind being scrutinized. You don't mind being put under the microscope, because the only times that things are difficult for you are when you're not prepared for it. So if you have a state inspector coming to check your ambulance, but you already checked it at the beginning of the tour, once he asks you, where's the traction splint, you already know where it is. So it's no big deal for him to check it. If he asks you where are your credentials, they're right here. So what I'm trying to say is, a lot of people They want to be afraid and intimidated by having an inspection. And if they find out, oh, yo, there's an inspector at Brooklyn Hospital, there's an inspector at Jacoby Hospital, they're running away and trying to avoid the hospital so they won't be inspected. But if you got nothing to hide, whether you're at work or on the ambulance, or I'm sorry, whether you're at home or at work on the ambulance, it doesn't matter. Go ahead and check me. It's kind of like me with my social media presence. I'm outspoken. I don't mind expressing my opinion because I know it's the truth. And you could go ahead and put me under a microscope because I ain't got nothing to hide. So I encourage you to be the same way. Dot your I's, cross your T's, be efficient, know your stuff. They're not going to test you on your protocols. They want to make sure you have what you need on the vehicle, which is something you should be doing anyway, because you never know what type of patient you're going to have. So the best way to deal with surprise inspections, again, understand these people are also EMS providers. People's skills go a very long way. If they ask you for something, yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Yes, you're correct. Don't give them attitude, because they don't put their time in. They've earned their stripes. That's why they're doing that job. So the last thing you want to do is give them attitude. The next thing, when they ask for something, you best have it. Because since they are random, since they are unexpected, you never know when you're going to have it. So you might as well prepare for it anytime. And that's another thing. There's another thing called BITS, where I heard that BITS goes undercover in New York City, where basically the person who calls 911 is actually the EMT and they're acting. I've never ran across a person like that, but there's rumors that every once in a while, there's ambulance calls that are actually done by actors, and they want to make sure that you show up to the scene with all the equipment that you need and that you stay within your protocol and that you're treating them professionally. And I really don't care. I've treated people that had cameras recording me. I've treated people that they had me on speakerphone without me even noticing. Check out this video. The streets is watching. And why don't I care? Because whether you're recording me or not, I'm acting as if you are. Privacy no longer exists. So what I'm trying to tell you is, do the right thing and you ain't got nothing to worry about. And when you are being checked out or put under a microscope, go right ahead. It's a perfect opportunity for me to display to you that I know what I'm doing, and I'm providing the right patient care to these patients, and I'm a patient advocate, and I'm a proud EMT and a proud paramedic. And the first way to you to be proud is to actually be doing what you're supposed to be doing. If you don't want to if you want to cut corners and not do the job the way it's supposed to be done, then stay the fuck home. If you want to do the things the way they're supposed to, this is me drawing the line. Boom, the line is drawn. If you cut corners, if you're not proud to be an EMT and you're not willing to do what you need to do to be the best version of yourself for the patients that rely on you, then fuck you. But if you are interested in being the best EMT and paramedic possible because you understand the responsibility that we have, then by all means, I fucks with you. I hope this helps. Peace. Hey, yo, whether you're providing basic life support or advanced life support, your EMS providers need to be the best they can be for the patients that rely on them. That's why I created this book, Learn How to Be a High-Level EMT, and take it from me. I've been on the bus for almost 20 years, and I'm also a medical doctor. I made this book for you. I hope it helps. Check it out. The link is down below.